Yeah, ankle's been really good. Yeah, I mean, always when you come back to playing match and stuff, physically, it's challenging. It's a bit harder, obviously, as you as you get older. My body generally feels better. Like the more matches that I play, you know, that intensity, it's always hard to kind of match that in practice. So yeah, a few aches and pains, but the ankle has been really good. So happy about that.
In the aftermath of Miami, how were you feeling about being here and being able to play here at Roland-Garros?
Well, I mean, initially it was looking pretty unlikely. I mean, you know, we hadn't. It's always difficult with injuries because you never know exactly how well they're going to heal and how the rehab is going to go. So kind of putting time frames and stuff on it isn't always the smartest thing. But yeah, based on the sort of injury that I had, you know, it was looking like sort of 10 to 12 weeks, and therefore, yeah, I probably wouldn't have been able to play. But you know, actually, it went really, really smoothly. And then, yeah, we started chatting a bit about it as, you know, as a team, whether or not it's something we should, you know, what we should do. And you know, I was close to being able to play in Rome, maybe. But yeah, happy that managed to get it sorted and able to compete here again.
Hello, Andy.
Hello.
Just wanted to know any thoughts about your first match. And I think with Stan, you've got such a long history together in tennis. You're probably the ones who have been against each other the longest, as juniors already. So
yeah, actually, I actually never played against him as a junior, surprisingly. But as a pro, I played against him the first time when I was 18. In the Davis Cup in 2005, and then obviously, yeah, competed against him in, you know, some of the biggest tournaments and big matches over the years. And you know, it's incredible that he's still competing at the highest level at, you know, 39 years old. And yeah, great that we get the opportunity to play against each other. It should be, you know, brilliant atmosphere. And yeah, it's a good match for both of us, I think. And yeah, he's obviously had an amazing career, and yeah, pleasure to get to play against him in another slam.
Hi Andy, can you explain why you have changed your racket and all the process that lead to quit head for your next?
I didn't quit head. I didn't quit them. I used head rackets for I think 23, 24 years. And yeah, tennis is a strange sport like that. There's very few players that really make, you know, significant changes to their equipment during their career. I think one, because it's quite a short career usually, but you know, I've had, you know, quite a long one, and I've been on the tour for like 20 years. And you know, I think in most industries, like, things move on and things change a little bit. And yeah, I felt like it was something I wanted to try. You know, and I don't want to finish my career thinking, you know, should I have, you know, given it a go to see whether or not that's something that could have potentially helped me. And I really enjoyed going through that process. I tried lots of different rackets, and you know, did a lot of that, you know, myself as well, which I enjoyed. It was something that kept me occupied a little bit during some of the rehab and everything, and you know, found a racket that, you know, that I really liked. And yeah, obviously I've enjoyed playing with it in practice a lot. Everyone obviously knows matches is always a little bit different, but yeah, I think it was the right thing for me to try at this stage and see what happens.
Andy, what stands out in your mind from that semifinal here against Stan? I feel as though I remember you saying that maybe that was kind of the last straw for your hip.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. What do you remember, I guess, about that day and that match?
Well, I remember before the quarter-final match that I played against Nishikori that something wasn't right. I mean, I'd had issues with my hip for a really long time, and even if you look at some of my results, like in the sort of year leading up to that, you know, I'd lost multiple matches from 2 sets to 1 up. It happened at the US Open, it happened in the Davis Cup, obviously happened here against Stan as well, and my record when I was in that position throughout my career was excellent, and as the longer matches were going on, I was starting to have issues like, well, one, moving, but also driving up to serve because of my hip. And then, yeah, I remember during that match, during the 5th set, like, yeah, kind of really feeling like I was unable to move, and then I couldn't sleep that night. My hip was in so much pain. I remember, you know, we're staying in a house near here, and yeah, I remember getting up in the night because I couldn't sleep. I was just lying on the sofa. It was, yeah, in loads of pain, and yeah, never recovered. My hip never. I couldn't extend my leg behind me anymore, like properly after that match, and yeah, was a shame. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask about what your reaction to or thoughts are on the idea of Rafael Nadal not being seated here, and specifically, but also more generally, that thing where Grand Slam tournaments, which we used, you know, Wimbledon used to have its way of seeding based on grass results, whether you think players with particular success at certain places might be afforded a seeding, and whether that would be fair or not, or you like it just based purely on the rankings?
No, I think it's fair. I mean, I think that Wimbledon stuff was slightly different just because lots of players never just wouldn't play any grass court tennis and would kind of arrive there having not played any matches, and you know, there was periods where a lot of the sort of top clay courters didn't even bother playing Wimbledon. So I think it's different now. I think the vast majority of players commit to the majors and the Grand Slams. And look, the way the draw worked out is, I mean, bad luck for Rafa, you know, and. But yeah, I mean, I think the way that the seedings work, I think it's appropriate, and in this case, yeah, it's unfortunate how that's happened. But I don't know how you gauge where someone should and shouldn't be seeded based on past or previous success. It'd be quite hard to do that, and then there'd be a question on the players that are ranked 32 in the world. Is it unfair on them if they've been playing the whole year to achieve that ranking to miss out on a seeding? So I think it's bad luck what's happened this time, but I think the seedings are fair.
I'm just wondering, how did you go through one more rehab without just, you know, having it about it, thinking, because it's not business as usual. I mean, you broke part of your foot in Miami, you come back now, but it's been so many times. Just emotionally, what was the process to just wanting to go back one more time?
Yeah, I was surprised with that, to be honest, because, yeah, I was like, you know, I was starting to play pretty well. I was in a great position in the match, and yeah, and it was just a really unfortunate injury. But then I was surprised with how I was during the rehab. I felt really, really motivated, and yeah, worked extremely hard every day with, you know, my team and my physio, and I didn't, you know, there was no holidays or breaks to, you know, whatever, feel sorry for myself. I just did the work, and I was surprised with that because, yeah, I could quite easily have felt sorry for myself and taken a break and not done the rehab as well as I did. So I was proud of that, because it would have been easy to have looked at it a different way, and I worked really hard to get back, and that's one of the reasons I think why why I was able to come back a bit sooner than what I'd anticipated.